Mr. Parsons here. As you know, we're right in the middle of a unit on citizenship. And now it's time to look at our citizenship texts through the lens of a literary technique, in this case, theme. The first thing I want to draw your attention to in this assignment is the scoring guide. The scoring guide is the set of skills that you need to demonstrate by the end of this unit, and it's how we grade your summative tasks. As you look at the scoring criteria, it explains clearly what you have to be able to do. To show a strong understanding of theme, you must be able to summarize the events of a text, meaning to put the events in your own words, provide a clear interpretation of the events, which simply means come up with what you think the theme was that the author was trying to communicate, and then trace the development of that theme throughout the story. And this means identifying the places in the story or the piece of text that kind of communicated to you what the author's theme was. So that sounds relatively difficult, but it's pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at an example. This is the poem The United States Welcomes You by Tracy K. Smith. It was reading number 3 in our class readings. The title, The United States Welcomes You, is just that, quite welcoming. As you get down into the body of the poem, though, you get a much different message. Why and by whose power were you sent? What do you see that you may wish to steal? Why this dancing? Why do your dark bodies drink up all the light? A very negative and unwelcoming message throughout the poem. The narrator of this poem is interrogating somebody that's trying to come to the United States and providing a very unwelcoming message. As I think about summarizing what's happening in the story, which is the first step of showing a strong understanding of theme, I write, in Tracy K. Smith's poem, The United States Welcomes You, a person is interrogating someone with a series of rapid-fire questions about what they are doing in this country. That is a basic summary of what's happened in the text. Now, I have to give my interpretation of the events and take a position on what the author's theme might have been. I think the author is trying to show the reader that the U.S. thinks of itself as a welcoming place, like the title suggests. However, people who immigrate to the U.S. do not always feel that way. They're not always feeling welcomed. That is an interpretation of the text. And now I've got to show where that comes through in the original material. In this poem, the title is very welcoming, suggesting that the USA is a terrific place to come and visit and welcoming to all people. However, the questions the narrator is asking suggest they are not being welcomed at all. For example, what do you see that you may wish to steal? And why do you invade our night? Suggests that the narrator is afraid of the person who is trying to enter the country and expects them to cause harm now that they have arrived. 3 layers to demonstrating that you understand how theme works and how it's showing up in our citizenship class readings. Now it's your turn. In the section entitled Group Work, there is a section for 4 group members. Your job is to select one of the texts each and complete the 3 steps that I just completed for the document that you have chosen. At the end of this assignment, you'll have a chance to share out with each other at your table group, because remember, each member of the group is taking a different text. If you're struggling with this activity, that's a good reminder that we've got some work to do on this. And if you feel like you understand it and you're ready to get going, that's great too. Folks, I can't wait to see the great work you come up with on the theme Jigsaw. Let's get to work.